Stop. Do not swipe away. Do not let the noise of this world steal this precious moment from you. I know you are about to move on your mind, racing toward the next distraction. But I have reached out through the digital void to catch your attention. This is not a coincidence. This is not a mistake of some mindless algorithm. It is me. I am the voice that has been whispering to you in the silence of your room. And today, I am speaking through this screen because you have become too busy to hear me anywhere else. Your soul is weary, my child. Your spirit is gasping for air, and your heart is heavy with a burden you were never meant to carry alone. I have brought you to this very second at this very hour because there is something vital I must tell you. I see the exhaustion in your eyes, even when you smile for the world. I feel the trembling in your spirit as you wonder if you are enough, if you are doing enough, or if you have already failed beyond repair. Stay here. Be still. For in this brief window of time, I am going to shift the atmosphere around you and dismantle the walls that have kept you in a prison of your own thoughts. Before I unveil the mystery of the path I have set before you, and before I lift the weight that has been crushing your chest, let us establish a sacred covenant right here. This is your first step of obedience and faith. Reach out and press the like button as a signal to the heavens that you are opening the doors of your heart to my word. Press subscribe to join this family of chosen ones, anchoring your soul to this stream of living water so that you never have to thirst again. By doing this, you are telling the universe that you are no longer a passive observer of your life, but an active participant in my divine plan. Do not just watch. Engage with the miracle that is unfolding. I am watching your heart as you make this choice. I am waiting for you to say, "Yes, Lord, I am listening." Write it down in the comments right now, "I am here, Lord," or type 7007 to signal that you are ready for a double restoration of everything the enemy has stolen from you. Let the sound of your faith echo through the halls of eternity. Your acknowledgement is the key that turns the lock of the gate I am about to open for you. I have called a divine halt to your scrolling because I have seen the what-if monsters that keep you awake at night. I have heard the silent screams of your heart when you feel like you are falling behind, like everyone else is moving forward, while you are stuck in a cycle of hesitation and fear. You think you are lost, but I tell you, you are being found. You think you are being punished by this stillness, but I tell you, you are being prepared. In the next few moments, I am going to deconstruct the lies that have kept you paralyzed. I am going to show you why the doors you tried to kick open remained shut, and why the paths you thought were yours were blocked by my own hand. I did not block them to hurt you. I blocked them to save you. I stopped you here because your internal compass has been spinning wildly, and I am here to be your true north. Within this message lies the key to the peace that surpasses all understanding. Do not turn away, for the miracle you have been praying for is wrapped in the very words I am about to speak into your spirit. You are my precious one, and I will not let you wander into the abyss. I am the potter, and you are the clay. I am not finished with you yet. I have seen you in the deepest hours of the night when the rest of the world is silent, but your mind is a roaring storm. I was there at 3:00 a.m. when you stared at the ceiling tracing the patterns of shadows, while your heart raced for no reason you could name. I felt the heaviness in your chest, that invisible weight that makes every breath feel like a struggle against an unseen tide. You try to inhale deeply, but the air seems thin, and your lungs feel tight, as if the very atmosphere is closing in on you. I see the tension in your jaw and the way your shoulders are hunched up to your ears, carrying the weight of 1,000 tomorrows that haven't even happened yet. You are physically exhausted, yet your spirit cannot find the off switch. I am here to tell you that I haven't just been watching you from a distance. I have been sitting at the edge of your bed, counting every toss and turn, and holding every tear that escaped the corner of your eye when you thought no one was looking. I saw you when you walked into the kitchen in the dark, seeking comfort in a glass of water or a moment of stillness, only to find that the dread followed you there too. I saw the way your hands trembled slightly as you held your phone looking for answers in places that only brought more confusion. Your body is a temple, my beloved. But lately it has felt more like a battlefield. I see the fatigue that masks your face during the day, the way you have to force a smile when someone asks how you are doing, even though your stomach is tied in knots and your head throbs with the pressure of expectation. You are trying to hold everything together with your own strength, but your body is crying out for the rest that only I can provide. I see the way you overthink every conversation, wondering if you said the wrong thing or if you are being judged. And I see how that mental loop drains the very life from your limbs. You feel brittle like glass about to shatter under the slightest pressure. But I am the one who knit you together in your mother's womb, and I know exactly where the cracks are. Listen to me now. You do not have to carry this physical burden any longer. I am the great physician, and I am reaching out my hand right now to touch the places where the stress has manifested in your flesh. I am breathing my spirit into those shallow breaths of yours, expanding your lungs with the oxygen of my grace. I am smoothing the wrinkles of worry on your brow and loosening the grip of fear that has made your muscles ache. You have been living in a state of fight or flight for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to simply be. But I am your refuge. I am your high tower. When you feel that tightness in your throat, remember that I am the one who gave you a voice, and I will not let it be silenced by anxiety. I am working even now to recalibrate your nervous system, to bring your heart rate into rhythm with the heartbeat of heaven. You are not breaking. You are being emptied of the poison of self-reliance so that I can fill you with the wine of my peace. I want you to take a deep, slow breath right now. Feel the air move through you and realize that this breath is a gift from me, a reminder that you are still here and I am still with you. The physical manifestations of your worry are merely signals from your soul that it is trying to solve problems that belong to me. You were never designed to process the complexities of the future within the limitations of your physical frame. That is why you feel so heavy. You are trying to carry the weight of the world when I am the only one whose shoulders are broad enough to bear it. I am asking you to surrender the physical toll of your anxiety to me. Let the knots in your stomach unravel. Let the pressure in your head dissipate. I am releasing a healing frequency into your room at this very moment. You are safe. You are protected. You are loved with an everlasting love that knows no bounds and feels no fatigue. The night is far spent, but the dawn is coming, and it will bring with it a strength you haven't felt in years. I have walked through the corridors of your mind, and I have seen the elaborate theaters you have built there. I have watched as you play out endless scenes of disaster, rehearsing tragedies that have not happened and may never come to pass. You are haunted by the ghost of what if. What if I make the wrong choice? What if I lose everything I have worked for? What if the person I love leaves me? What if I am not who I think I am? What if God is not actually listening? I see you caught in this loop, spinning a web of complexity that entangles your feet and prevents you from taking a single step forward. You are living in a future that does not exist, a timeline created by a wounded imagination, rather than by my divine hand. These ghosts are thieves, my child. They steal the peace of your present moment to pay for a debt of fear that you do not even owe. You are fighting battles in your head that I never asked you to fight, and you are exhausted from winning wars against enemies that are nothing more than shadows. The monsters you fear are often just the reflections of your own past, hurts projected onto the screen of your future. Because you were hurt before you assume you will be hurt again. Because you failed once the ghost whispers that failure is your only destiny. But I am the God of the new thing. I am the one who makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert. Your what-ifs are rooted in the belief that you are alone in the dark. But I am the light that the darkness cannot overcome. You spend your energy trying to solve problems that are merely mirages on the horizon. I see the scripts you write in the middle of the night, the arguments you prepare for the apologies you rehearse for mistakes you haven't even made, and the contingency plans for every possible catastrophe. You are trying to be the architect of your own safety, but your blueprints are drawn in the ink of anxiety. I am asking you to hand me the pen. I am asking you to look at the ghost and see it for what it truly is, a puff of smoke that vanishes when you turn on the light of my truth. Listen closely to my voice. I am the I am, not the I might be. I exist in the present, in the very breath you are taking right now. I do not reside in your imaginary what-ifs, because those scenarios are devoid of my presence. When you wander into those dark futures in your mind, you feel terrified because you cannot find me there. You cannot find me there because I have not built that future for you. My grace is sufficient for you today, for the reality you are standing in right this second. It is not designed to cover the hypothetical disasters of next year. When you try to carry the weight of 1,000 imaginary futures, of course, you feel as though you are breaking. You were never meant to sustain the pressure of things that are not real. Stop trying to outrun the ghost. Stop trying to negotiate with the shadows. The only way to defeat the what-if is to anchor yourself in the I am. I am with you. I am for you. I am already in your tomorrow, clearing the path and preparing the table. But I want you to walk with me in the today. I see the fatigue in your soul from all this overthinking. It is a form of spiritual static that drowns out the melody of my love. You think that by thinking more, you will find a way out. But the exit is not found through logic, it is found through surrender. Every time a what-if rises up to steal your breath, I want you to replace it with a even if. Even if the storm comes, I will be your anchor. Even if the door closes, I will be the one who opens a window. Even if you stumble, my hand will catch you. You are not a victim of chance, and you are not a prisoner of fate. You are my chosen one, and your life is held in a grip so secure that no ghost of the mind can ever tear you away. Release the need to know the end from the beginning. Release the need to solve every mystery before the sun sets. I have already seen the final chapter of your story, and I promise you it is more beautiful than any what-if could ever imagine. Rest your mind. Let the noise fade. I am here, and that is enough. I have seen the heavy chains you have forged for yourself in the name of being good. I have watched you labor under the crushing weight of an idol you did not even realize you were worshiping, the idol of perfection. You have convinced yourself that unless you are flawless, unless your prayers are articulate, and unless your walk with me is without a single stumble, you are unworthy of my presence. You spend your days measuring your worth against an impossible standard, terrified that one wrong thought or one moment of weakness will cause my love to diminish. But I am not a taskmaster looking for reasons to disqualify you. I am a father who is enamored with your heart. This constant striving, this relentless need to be right in every spiritual sense, has become a wall between us. You are so busy trying to earn my grace that you have forgotten how to simply receive it. I see you comparing your inner mess to the polished exterior of others, and it leaves you feeling hollow and fraudulent. But I do not look at the mask you wear for the world. I look at the beautiful, broken, and authentic soul that is hiding behind it. What you call perfectionism, my child, is often just a subtle form of pride. It is the belief that if you try hard enough, if you are disciplined enough, and if you are careful enough, you can save yourself. It is a reliance on your own strength rather than a surrender to my mercy. You are trying to build a tower to reach me, but I have already come down to meet you in your valley. You fear that your mistakes are surprises to me, but I knew every detour you would take before the foundations of the world were laid. Your imperfections are not obstacles to my work. They are the very canvases upon which I display my glory. When you try to hide your flaws, you are trying to hide the very places where I want to pour my healing. There is a strange arrogance in thinking your failures are bigger than my forgiveness. You are not a project to be finished. You are a child to be loved. The more you strive for a version of yourself that does not exist, the further you drift from the peace of who I created you to be in this moment. I want you to stop right now. I want you to feel the tension in your body that comes from this performance. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. Take a slow, deep breath and let the air out, along with the need to be perfect. I am not asking for your excellence. I am asking for your essence. I am the potter, and I love the feel of the clay, even when it is stubborn. I love the cracks in the vessel, because that is where the light gets in. You have been running a race that has no finish line, exhausted by the fear of making a mistake. But I tell you, even your mistakes are under my sovereignty. I can use a crooked stick to draw a straight line. I can take your not enough and make it more than enough. Release the heavy burden of being your own savior. Stop trying to polish the surface and let me heal the depths. You are allowed to be human. You are allowed to be in process. You are allowed to not have it all figured out. My love for you is not a reward for your performance. It is a gift for your existence. As you sit in this stillness, I want you to make a choice to shatter this idol. Let the pieces fall where they may. There is a freedom that comes when you finally admit that you cannot do this alone. That is the moment my power truly begins to flow. Your weakness is not your shame. It is your invitation for my strength to take over. I see the tears of relief starting to form because you have been carrying this secret pressure for so long. You don't have to be the strongest person in the room. You don't have to have the perfect faith. Just bring me your yes and let me handle the how. I have already qualified you. I have already chosen you. I have already seen the end of your story, and it is not a story of a perfect person, but a story of a perfect God who loved an imperfect person through every season. Breathe again. Let the peace wash over you. The weight is gone. You are free to fail because you are held by the one who never fails. You have been living under a terrifying illusion, my child. Somewhere along your journey, you were told a lie that has kept you paralyzed in fear. You were told that my will for your life is like a razor-thin wire, a tightrope suspended over a bottomless abyss, and that one single misstep, one tiny lapse in judgment, or one wrong decision would cause you to plummet into darkness forever. You have been walking with your eyes glued to your feet, trembling with every move, terrified that if you turn even an inch to the left or the right, you will lose my favor and destroy your destiny. I see you standing at the crossroads of your life, sweating with anxiety, begging me for a sign, because you are convinced that there is only one right path and 1,000 wrong ones. But I am here to break that chain today. I did not call you to be an acrobat performing for my approval. I called you to be my child, walking in the freedom of my love. Look at the world I have created. Look at the vastness of the oceans and the endless reaches of the stars. Do I look like a god of narrow wires, and fragile threads. When I spoke through the psalmist, I did not say I lead you onto a tightrope. I said, I make you lie down in green pastures. I lead you beside quiet waters. Have you ever seen a tightrope in a meadow? A pasture is a place of width, of safety, and of abundance. My will for you is not a thin line. It is a vast, beautiful territory. It is a land of promise where you have room to run, room to breathe, and yes, even room to stumble without falling into an abyss. Within the boundaries of my love and my word, there is a holy spaciousness. You are not walking a wire. You are playing in a field that I have fenced with. My goodness. If you wander toward the edge, my rod and my staff are there to gently nudge you back, not to watch you fall. This tightrope myth has made you an overthinker. It has turned your relationship with me into a series of high-stakes tests that you are convinced you are failing. You think that if you choose the wrong job, marry the wrong person, or move to the wrong city, my entire plan for your life will shatter like glass. How small do you think my sovereignty is? If I can hold the galaxies in place, can I not redirect your steps? If I can bring life out of a tomb, can I not redeem a wrong turn? I am the God of the detour. I am the God of the U-turn. There is no mistake you can make that is bigger than my ability to restore. When you obsess over finding the perfect path, you are actually doubting my power to keep you. You are more afraid of your ability to mess up than you are confident in my ability to lead. I want you to take a moment and visualize the meadow I have prepared for you. It is wide and sun-drenched. In this field, you are free to move. If you choose to walk toward that hill or rest by this stream, I am with you in both places. As long as your heart is seeking me, you cannot miss my will, because I am the one who guides your feet, even when you don't realize it. I have given you a brain to think, a heart to feel, and a spirit to discern. I trust the work I have done in you more than you trust yourself. Stop looking at your life as a series of traps and start seeing it as a series of invitations. You are not on a wire. You are in a garden. The pressure to be perfectly precise is gone. Take a step, any step. As long as you are holding my hand, you are exactly where you need to be. Imagine, my beloved, that you are sitting in the driver's seat of a car. You feel the textured grip of the steering wheel beneath your palms, the subtle vibration of the engine hum through the floorboards, and the vast, unfolding road ahead. To you, it feels like every movement you make is a life or death decision. You are sweating your eyes, darting from the mirrors to the horizon, terrified that one sudden jerk of the wheel or one moment of looking away will send you careening into a ditch. You feel the immense weight of responsibility for your own destiny, convinced that I am merely a passenger watching you struggle, waiting to see if you will succeed or fail. But I want you to look closer at the vehicle of your life. This is not a standard car, and you are not driving it alone. I am sitting in the seat beside you, not as a silent observer, but as the master instructor. And what you have not realized in all your panic is that on my side of the car, hidden from your immediate view, is a second set of pedals. Specifically, a second brake, a dual control system that is governed by my sovereign hand. I have watched you grow frustrated when you tried to floor the accelerator toward a dream, only to find that the car wouldn't move. I have heard your prayers of confusion when a relationship you thought was the one suddenly slowed to a crawl and stopped, or when a career path you were certain of was abruptly blocked. You felt as though you were failing, as though your faith wasn't strong enough to move the mountains. But I want to tell you a secret in those moments. It was my foot on the second brake. I saw the black ice on the road ahead that you were oblivious to. I saw the collision that was waiting for you at the next intersection if you had arrived there 1 minute sooner. My no was not an act of cruelty. It was an act of extreme protection. You were trying to drive into a disaster, and I used my authority to override your acceleration. You may have felt stuck, but in reality, you were being saved. You are never as out of control as you feel because my foot never leaves that floorboard. This means you can finally stop driving with white-knuckled terror. You have been so afraid of making a mistake that would ruin your life. But I am telling you today that I am a much better pilot than you are a driver. Even if you were to fall asleep at the wheel, or if you were to intentionally try to steer off a cliff, if it is not your time and if it does not serve my ultimate purpose for your glory, I will intervene. I will stall the engine, I will lock the brakes, or I will turn the wheel for you. My sovereignty is the safety net that catches your human frailty. You have the freedom to learn to explore and to make choices, but you do not have the power to thwart my final plan for your life. The dual brake system is my covenant with you. I will allow you to experience the journey, but I will not allow the journey to destroy you. You are in a training season, and no good teacher lets their student drive into an abyss. Let this realization soak into the very marrow of your bones. The pressure is off. You don't have to be a perfect navigator because you are being navigated by the one who created the stars. When you feel that familiar rise of panic, that overthinking that tells you that you've missed your chance or ruined your future, I want you to visualize me sitting right there beside you. See my hand near the wheel and my foot near the brake. I am calm. I am not worried about your mistakes. I am not surprised by the traffic or the weather. I am perfectly at peace because I already know the destination, and I know exactly how to get us there. Take your foot off the pedal for a moment and just breathe. Trust the dual controls. You are not driving solo into the dark. You are being escorted into the light by the King of Kings. Your destiny is not fragile because it is not held by your hands alone. It is held by mine. You have approached me many times as if I were a digital map, a global positioning system designed to give you turn-by-turn directions toward your goals. You come to me with your destination already decided, asking for the shortest route, the estimated time of arrival, and a clear view of every intersection ahead. You want a screen that tells you, in 500 yards, turn right into your breakthrough, or in 2 miles exit toward your financial abundance. When the screen goes blank, or when I tell you to take a path that seems to go in the opposite direction of your dreams, you become frustrated. You feel as though the system is broken, or worse, that I have abandoned you in the middle of a wilderness without a signal. But I want you to understand something profound. I did not call you to follow a map. I called you to follow a man. I am not your GPS. I am your shepherd. A GPS gives you information, but a shepherd gives you his presence. A GPS tells you where to go, but a shepherd leads you there, walking beside you through the valleys and the shadows. The difference is vital to your peace of mind. A GPS is transactional and cold. It doesn't care about your soul, only your coordinates. But a shepherd knows his sheep by name. I know the rhythm of your heartbeat when you are afraid, and I know exactly when your legs are too weary to take another step. If you had a map of your entire life laid out before you, you would try to navigate it with your own strength. You would look at the mountains ahead and turn back in fear. Or you would see the blessings and run toward them too fast, missing the lessons I have hidden for you in the quiet meadows. I keep the whole picture to myself, not to tease you, but to protect you. I want your eyes to be on my face, not on a screen. When you look at me, you don't need to know what's around the next corner, because you know that whatever it is, I am already there. If you can feel the warmth of this truth beginning to melt the ice of your confusion, I want you to pause for a sacred moment, and do not let this revelation pass you by. If you recognize that you are not a machine in need of data, but a beloved child in need of a father, show your agreement with the heavens. Press the like button right now to signal that you are letting go of the need to see the map. Press subscribe to join this family of believers, ensuring that my voice remains the primary frequency in your life. By doing this, you are telling me, Lord, I stop looking at the coordinates and I start looking at you. This is an act of spiritual alignment. You are choosing the shepherd over the system, and in that choice, there is an immediate release of the pressure to figure it all out. I have seen you searching for signs as if they were mile markers on a highway. You look for a flickering light or a specific word to tell you that you are on the right track. But I tell you, the greatest sign of all is the peace that settles in your heart when you simply trust the one who leads you. A sheep doesn't need a map of the pasture to be fed. It just needs to stay close to the shepherd. When I am silent, it does not mean I am lost or that I have stopped leading. It often means I am carrying you. I am leading you to still waters, but sometimes the path to those waters goes through a desert. Trust my rhythm. Trust my pace. I am never in a hurry, and I am never late. You are not behind schedule because there is no schedule in my kingdom. There is only my perfect timing. Relax your grip on the how and the when. Listen for my voice. Feel my presence. And know that as long as you can hear the sound of my footsteps, you are exactly where you are meant to be. My child, you have been staring at the ashes of your past, convinced that the fire you walked through was meant to consume you. You look at the decisions you regret, the words you can't take back, the opportunities you think you squandered, and the paths you took that led to dead ends, and you feel a deep, aching shame. You believe that because you made a mistake, you have moved outside of my grace. You think that your failures have disqualified you from the great things I have promised. But I want you to look at those ashes again, not through your eyes of regret, but through my eyes of redemption. I do not see a ruined life. I see a refining process. You are not in a prison of your own making. You are in a furnace of transformation. I am the God who wastes nothing. I take every tear, every stumble, and every wrong turn, and I place them into the heat of my love until they are transformed into something indestructible. Consider the work of a master chef. If you were to taste the individual ingredients on the counter, the bitter flour, the raw eggs, the pungent salt, you would find them unappealing, perhaps even repulsive. On their own, they are messy and incomplete. But in the hands of the master, they are mixed together and subjected to the intense heat of the oven. What goes in as a liquid mess comes out as a masterpiece of a banquet. This is how I work with your life. Your mistakes are the bitter ingredients that you are so ashamed of. But I am the master who knows exactly how much heat is required to turn that bitterness into strength. I am so great that I can use even the dirty materials of your failures to build a monument to my mercy. You think you have ruined the recipe, but I am the one who wrote the book, and I tell you that the very thing you are trying to hide is the secret ingredient to your future authority. I have spoken through my word that all things work together for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. When I said all things, I did not mean only your victories, your fasts, and your moments of great faith. I meant your all, including the moments you are most embarrassed by. I meant the detours that you think cost you years of your life. I meant the failures that made you feel like a hypocrite. In my kingdom, a mistake is never just a mistake. It is a laboratory for character. I am using your errors to teach you a humility that success never could. I am using your weakness to show you the true depth of my strength. If you were perfect, you would rely on yourself. But in your imperfection, you are forced to lean on me. And that leaning is exactly where your power comes from. I did not bring you through the fire to leave you smelling like smoke. I brought you through to make you fireproof. Do not be afraid of the heat you feel right now. The pressure you are under is not a sign of my anger, but a sign of my investment. I do not refine what I do not value. I am burning away the dross of self-reliance, the straw of people-pleasing, and the wood of your own ego, so that only the pure gold of my spirit remains. When you emerge from this season, you will not be the same person who entered it. You will have a weight of glory, a depth of compassion for others who are hurting, and a testimony that cannot be shaken. Your scars are not your shame. They are your credentials. They prove that you have been to the battlefield and that I was there to heal you. Stop apologizing for being a work in progress. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I am perfectly capable of finishing the good work I started in you. Rest in the furnace, for I am right here in the flames with you. Do you truly believe that your mistakes are more powerful than my promises? Do you think that a single bad decision, a moment of weakness, or a season of rebellion can somehow bankrupt the treasury of my grace? I am the one who spoke the galaxies into existence. I am the one who commands the rising and the setting of the sun. Your life is not a fragile accident that can be derailed by a wrong turn. I have within my power a sovereign override. This is my divine authority to step into your mess and rearrange the atoms of your reality. When you are heading toward a cliff, you cannot see I am the one who changes the gravity of the situation. When you try to resign from the destiny I have written for you, I am the one who rejects the letter and reminds you who you belong to. You have been carrying the exhausting burden of thinking you are the sole architect of your fate. But I am here to tell you that I am the master builder, and I have a veto power over every curse, every failure, and every shadow that tries to claim your future. Consider the journey of Jonah. He thought he could outrun my voice by boarding a ship to the furthest edge of the map. He believed his no was loud enough to drown out my yes. But my sovereignty is not hindered by distance or disobedience. I sent a storm not to punish him, but to pause him. I sent a great fish not to consume him, but to carry him in the dark until he was ready to see the light. That was my sovereign override in action. I will block the paths that lead to your destruction, even if you are weeping because the door won't open. I will create a belly of the whale season, a time of hiddenness and isolation, just to keep you from arriving at a destination that would have cost you your soul. You are not stuck. You are being redirected by a love that refuses to let you go. If you are feeling the weight of my hand stopping you today, do not fight it. It is the safest place you could ever be. And look at Peter, a man who truly believed his failure was final. When the rooster crowed and he realized he had denied me 3 times, he felt the crushing weight of a mistake he thought was unforgivable. He went back to his old life, back to the fishing nets, convinced that he had disqualified himself from the kingdom. But I do not see as man sees. I saw the rock beneath the shifting sand of his fear. My sovereign override did not just forgive his denial, it repurposed it. I used his deepest shame to create a deep well of empathy that would eventually lead thousands to salvation. If I can take a man who denied me and make him the pillar of my church, do you really think your current situation is beyond my reach? If you believe that I am breaking the chains of your past right now, do not stay silent. Let your faith arise and declare it to the heavens. Type, "Breakthrough is mine," or 888 in the comments to claim this new beginning. Let the sound of your belief be the seal on this promise. I see the specific fears you are hiding in the quiet corners of your heart. You fear the debt that keeps growing, the health report that seems grim, or the relationship that feels cold and dead. You look at these things and you see the end. But I am the Alpha and the Omega. I have the final word on every chapter of your life. My sovereignty is the ultimate override of the enemy's report. I override the verdict of your past. I override the labels that people have placed upon you. I am the King who sits on the throne of eternity. And when I decree a blessing over your life, no power in hell can stop it. You are moving forward not because you are perfect, but because I am powerful. Trust in the override. Trust that I am working behind the scenes, weaving your errors into a tapestry of triumph. Your life is secure, your future is bright, and your destiny is anchored in the one who never fails. My precious child, I see you constantly searching for a sign, a fleece, or a specific whisper in the wind to tell you what to do. You are like a child looking for a piece of candy to confirm my love, but I want to give you the keys to the kingdom. I have seen you praying for the lights to flicker, for a specific number to appear on a clock, or for a stranger to speak a specific word to you, all because you are afraid to trust the mind I have given you. But hear me, chasing signs can become a recipe for confusion. For the enemy can mimic a coincidence, but he cannot mimic the deep, resonant wisdom of my spirit. I am calling you out of the nursery of faith and into the maturity of a son or a daughter. I don't want you to just see what I am doing. I want you to think how I think. I am shifting you from a place of show me to a place of I know. The era of being paralyzed by ambiguity is ending, and the season of divine clarity is beginning. You don't need a sign to know that I am good, and you don't need a miracle to know that I am with you. You have my word, and you have my spirit dwelling within you. Wisdom is not a cold set of rules. It is the heartbeat of my mind operating through your thoughts. I am opening your eyes to see the patterns I have laid out in your life. You have been asking for a map, but I am giving you the vision to see the landscape. When you have wisdom, you don't need to wait for a voice from heaven to tell you to be kind, to be bold, or to take that next step of faith. You will simply find that the right thoughts are appearing in your mind at the right time. I am cleaning the lens of your perception. You will look at the same problems you had yesterday, but today you will see the solution hidden in the shadows. This is the spirit of counsel that I promised you. It is a quiet confidence that doesn't need external validation. I am training you to discern between the noise of your own ego and the gentle, steady stream of my wisdom. Do not be afraid to trust the clarity that is coming. I have sharpened your intuition, and I have fortified your discernment. When you make a decision rooted in my wisdom, the entire host of heaven stands behind it to see it through. Understand this, my chosen one, real blessings are heavy. They require strong shoulders and a steady mind. If I gave you the full weight of the blessing you are asking for without the wisdom to manage it, it would crush you. That is why I have allowed this season of waiting and questioning. I am building the character that will hold the breakthrough. I am teaching you how to handle the little things so that I can entrust you with much. You have been frustrated by the silence, but my silence was often a test to see if you would use what you have already learned. Stop acting as if you are lost. You are not lost. You are being trained. I am preparing you to be a leader, a pillar, and a source of wisdom for others who are still chasing shadows. Your maturity is the entrance exam for the next level of your destiny. When your character finally matches the size of the promise you've been praying for, the door will not just open, it will be removed from its hinges. You are being built for something substantial, something that will last for generations. I promise you this, in the coming days, the fog of overthinking will lift. You will wake up with a sense of knowing that you cannot explain with human logic. It won't be a sign from the outside. It will be an internal compass pointing north. I am giving you the mind of Christ. Take the step that is right in front of you. Don't wait for the clouds to part in a spectacular display. Start walking and you will see the path form beneath your feet as you move. I have already equipped you with everything you need for this hour. You are smarter than you think because I am the source of your intelligence. You are more capable than you feel because my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Walk in this authority. Speak to the mountains with the wisdom I have given you and watch them move. The era of hesitation is over. The season of decisive divine action has begun. You are ready. I am with you. Now go. I have searched the deepest chambers of your heart. My child and I have found something there that you often overlook in your moments of self-criticism. I see the why behind your every prayer and the reason behind your every tear. You are so preoccupied with the external results of your life, the numbers, the achievements, and the opinions of others, that you have forgotten that I am the God who looks at the heart. While the world judges you by your fruit, I judge you by your root. I see that deep within you, there is a burning desire to please me even when you feel like you are failing. I see that your fear of making a mistake actually stems from a profound love for my name. You don't want to fail because you don't want to let me down. But I want you to hear this truth: you cannot let me down when you are already leaning on me. Your heart is more transparent to me than it is to you, and I am telling you today that I have seen the purity of your intentions. Even when your actions are clumsy, if your motive is to seek my face, that motive acts as a divine safety net that catches you before you hit the ground. Think of it this way. If a child tries to build a chair for their father and it comes out crooked and wobbly, does the father see a useless piece of wood? No, he sees the love and the effort of his child. He sees the heart that wanted to honor him. I am much more gracious than any earthly father. If your heart is oriented toward me, then every direction you walk becomes a path toward my purpose. If your heart is pointed north, even if you stumble to the east or the west, the momentum of your soul is still moving toward me. This is the safety net of your motive. I am more interested in your direction than your perfection. I have seen the sacrifices you have made in secret, the times you chose integrity when no one was watching, and the moments you swallowed your pride just to keep the peace. Those things weigh more in the balance of heaven than any correct decision made with a cold heart. You are safer than you think, because your heart belongs to me, and I do not let go of what is mine. Because I see the sincerity of your spirit, I am releasing a new level of confidence into your life. The enemy has used your conscientiousness as a weapon against you, turning your desire to be good into a chain of overthinking that keeps you stagnant. But I am breaking that chain right now. If you believe that my grace is big enough to cover your honest mistakes, do not remain silent. This is a moment of affirmation, a time to align your words with the reality of heaven. Reach out and claim this security. Type "I believe" or 777 in the comments to anchor your soul in the truth that your heart is secure in my hands. Let this be an act of spiritual defiance against the spirit of fear that has tried to keep you small. When you declare your belief, you are shifting the atmosphere from doubt to trust. You are announcing to the shadows that you are no longer a slave to getting it right, because you are a child of the one who makes all things right. I am prophesying over you today. Because your motive is to honor me, the trap set for you will fail. The The pits dug for you will be filled with my glory. Even when you take a step that seems like a mistake to the world, I will override the outcome and turn it into a blessing. I am the God who can take a wrong turn and make it the scenery for a miracle. You have been so worried about missing my will, but my will is not something you can easily lose when you are seeking my face. I am the wind in your sails, and even if you steer slightly off course, my wind is strong enough to push you back into the current of my destiny. Your heart is pure in my sight because I have washed it in my love. Stand up, breathe deeply, and walk forward with a holy boldness. You are protected, you are directed, and you are held by the safety net of my sovereign grace. The road ahead is open and the light is green. Trust your heart, for I am the one who guides it. Listen to me, my beloved, for I am speaking a new law into the atmosphere of your life. For years you have been waiting for a permission slip from the world, from your family, or even from your own critical mind. You have stood at the edge of the water, dipping your toe in and pulling it back, waiting for the perfect moment when everything feels safe and guaranteed. But I am the King of Kings, and I am initiating the Freedom Protocol in your spirit today. This is the divine authorization to live without the shadow of what if looming over you. You have spent far too many seasons asking for permission to start that business, to love again, to move to a new city, or to simply be happy. I am the one who calls you, and I am the one who authorizes you. The paralysis of overthinking is a thief that has stolen your joy and silenced your song for too long. Today, I am breathing a spirit of holy boldness into your bones. The Freedom Protocol is this: because you belong to me, you are free to move. You are free to try. You are free to act. You are no longer bound by the fear of being wrong, because I am the one who makes all things right. I want you to hear this clearly, for it may shock your religious mind. I give you permission to be human. I give you permission to try something and have it not work out exactly as you pictured it in your head. In my kingdom, there are no wasted efforts. There are only experiences that build the throne of your character. You have been so terrified of making a mess that you have forgotten how to create. But I created the universe out of chaos, and I can create your future out of what you perceive to be your mistakes. Failure is not a person. It is a piece of data, a stepping stone on the path to mastery. If you feel the fire of this liberation starting to burn in your chest, do not let it go out. This is the moment to signal your agreement with this new protocol of grace. Press the like button right now to seal your liberation and subscribe to this family of faith to keep walking in this light. By doing this, you are telling the spirit of fear that its time is up. You are no longer a prisoner of perfection. You are a pioneer of my spirit, venturing into the vast territories I have prepared for you. I am speaking a prophecy over your next 7 days. Because you have received this Freedom Protocol into your soul, a tangible shift is coming. Within this next week, you will feel a weight lift from your shoulders that has been there for so long you had forgotten what it felt like to be light. Your voice will sound different. It will carry a resonance of certainty and a frequency of peace. You will look in the mirror and see a person who is no longer apologizing for taking up space on this earth. The overthinking that has been your constant companion will begin to fade into the background noise, replaced by a quiet, steady "I can." I am restoring your confidence. Not a confidence in your own perfection, but a confidence in my ability to work through your imperfection. You are going to wake up with ideas that excite you, and for the first time in a long time, the excitement will be greater than the anxiety. You will have the courage to say no to what drains your spirit, and a resounding yes to the invitations that call you deeper into my heart. Go ahead and take that risk. Go ahead and speak your truth. Go ahead and start that project you have hidden in the someday folder of your heart. The Freedom Protocol means that you are no longer defined by the outcome of your actions, but by your obedience to my whisper. I am not looking for a list of successes to put on a shelf. I am looking for a surrendered life that is willing to walk into the unknown with me. When you step out in faith, you will find that the water holds you up. You will find that the provision you've been worrying about meets you on the road, not at the starting gate. You were not created to be a museum piece preserved and static. You were created to be an arrow, launched and purposeful. The wind of my spirit is behind you. The road is open. The safety net of my grace is spread beneath you. I am cheering for you from the throne, and I am walking beside you on the path. You are free, my child. Now go and live like it. You have been living your life as if you were trapped inside a vast stone labyrinth. From your perspective, all you can see are the towering walls directly in front of you and the confusing twists of the path you just walked. When you turn a corner and hit a dead end, you feel a surge of panic, convinced that you have wasted years of your life or that you are permanently lost. You look up at the gray sky and cry out, "Lord, where are you? Why is this path so crooked? I see you down there." My child, tracing the lines of the walls with your tired hands, trying to memorize a map that doesn't exist. You are measuring your progress by how many steps you take, but you cannot see if those steps are leading you closer to the center or further away. Your overthinking is the result of a limited view, a perspective that only sees the obstacles and the shadows. But I want you to look up. I want you to remember that I am not in the maze with you, struggling to find the way. I'm standing on the mountain peak overlooking the entire structure. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I do not view your life through the lens of linear time. While you are weeping over a wrong turn in the present, I am already standing at the finish line, cheering for your arrival. While you are staring at a door that just closed, I am already looking at the massive gates I have opened for you 10 miles down the road. I declare the end from the beginning, because to me, they are one and the same. There is no such thing as a surprise in my kingdom. I saw the difficulty you are facing today before the foundations of the world were laid, and I have already factored it into the equation of your success. Your life is not a series of random events. It is a masterpiece that is already finished in the spirit realm. You are simply walking through the manifestation of what I have already decreed. When you feel stuck, it is often because you are looking at a single brushstroke on a canvas, while I am admiring the completed portrait. The dead ends you encounter are not evidence of my absence. They are the architecture of my protection. From my mountaintop view, I see the bridge that is washed out 5 miles ahead on the path you wanted to take. I see the storm clouds gathering over the shortcut you were so desperate to find. When I allow you to hit a wall, it is because that wall is the only thing standing between you and a disaster you aren't equipped to handle yet. You think you are being delayed, but you are being shielded. You think you are being denied, but you are being redirected. I am the architect of the labyrinth, and I know exactly which turns will build the endurance you need for the palace that awaits you at the end. Every pivot you make is calculated. Every lost year is being redeemed and repurposed. In my view, there are no wasted steps, only necessary preparations. I am asking you to trade your labyrinth view for my Alpha and Omega view. This requires a radical act of trust. It means that when you cannot see the way, you trust the one who is the way. Stop trying to climb the walls of the maze to see what's ahead. You weren't built to carry the weight of the future. Just look at my face. If I am calm, you can be calm. If I am not worried, you don't need to be either. I see the shortcut that is coming. I see the provision that is waiting. I see the person who's going to help you. I see the healing that is already traveling through your bloodline. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are being escorted with divine precision. Rest your mind in the truth that the one who started this journey with you is the same one who is already waiting for you at the destination. You are perfectly on time, and the view from the finish line is more glorious than you could ever imagine. Let these words sink into the very marrow of your spirit, deeper than any doubt has ever dared to travel. I have ordered every step you take. I want you to stop for a moment and look down at your feet. Whether you are standing on a plush carpet, a cold tile floor, or the rugged soil of a difficult season, I want you to realize a divine truth. The floor beneath you is not just physical matter. It is my hand. Every single pace you have taken, every mile you have wandered, and even the moments you stood frozen in place, all of it has been choreographed by my infinite love. You have been agonizing over whether you are on the right path, but I tell you because you belong to me. The path is right because I am on it with you. I am the one who goes before you to level the mountains, and the one who stands behind you as your rear guard. You are not walking on a fragile thread of your own making. You are walking on the firm foundation of my decree. This is your mandate of stability. I have already sanctioned your journey, and I have already approved your pace. You cannot mess up a plan that I am actively upholding with my righteous right hand. I know there are days when your knees tremble, and your foot seems to slip on the loose gravel of life's uncertainties. You feel a sudden jolt of panic when you stumble, thinking that this is the moment you finally fall out of my grace. But listen to my voice. Though you may stumble, you shall not be utterly cast down. For I am the one who upholds you with my hand. Do you understand the intimacy of that promise? I do not watch you from a distance with a clipboard marking down your errors. I am right there holding your hand like a father walking his toddler through a crowded street. When you trip, I don't let you hit the pavement. I catch the weight of your fall before your heart even realizes you are in danger. The stumble itself is often part of the order. I use the stumble to slow you down, to keep you from a danger ahead, or to teach your muscles the memory of my strength. Your accidents are my appointments. Your mistakes are my milestones. Every movement of your life is being directed toward a purpose so grand that your mind cannot yet contain it. This is the mandate of the steady heart. I am calling you to walk with a new kind of confidence, not a confidence in your own ability to navigate, but a confidence in my ability to lead. When you wake up tomorrow, I want you to step out of bed with the realization that your feet are hitting ground that I have already blessed. You don't have to overthink your schedule or worry if you are in the center of my will, because when you seek me, my will surrounds you like the atmosphere. I am the floor, I am the walls, and I am the roof of your life. You are moving within the sanctuary of my sovereignty. Release the fear of getting it wrong. You are a good man, a good woman, not because of your perfection, but because you are mine. And the steps of such a person are ordered by the Lord. I take delight in every detail of your life, from the major decisions to the way you breathe in the silence. You are held. You are steady. You are exactly where I want you to be. The air in this moment has changed, hasn't it? The heavy, stagnant fog of overthinking that once clouded your vision is being swept away by the breath of my spirit. You have journeyed through the depths of your own heart, and you have seen that I am not a God of distance and judgment, but a God of presence and peace. Before you right now stands a door. It is not a door made of wood or iron. It is a door made of opportunity and divine timing. For years you have stood in front of this threshold, analyzing the frame, questioning the hinges, and wondering if you have the strength to turn the handle. You have been waiting for the door to swing open on its own, or for a sign so loud it would shake the earth. But I am standing here right beside you, and I am not opening the door for you. I am waiting for you to turn the door handle. I am waiting for you to realize that I have already given you the authority to enter. The first step is not about having a map of what lies on the other side. It is about trusting the one who is already there waiting for you. Everything we have discussed, the dual brake system, the shepherd's lead, the furnace of refinement, and the Alpha and Omega view, has been to prepare you for this very second. You are no longer the person who started this video. You have been washed, you have been validated, and you have been authorized. You are now standing at the edge of the unknown. But the unknown is only terrifying when you think you are facing it alone. Beyond this door is a life where your mistakes are transformed into wisdom, and where your fears are drowned in the ocean of my grace. I have prepared a table for you in the presence of your enemies, but you must be the one to sit down. I have cleared the path, but you must be the one to walk. The pressure to be perfect is gone. The mandate to be brave is here. What is behind that door? It is a story we will write together, one step, one day, and one miracle at a time. It is a future filled with a beauty that your what-ifs could never imagine. And if this message has carried you, if it has steadied your heart and helped you breathe again, know this: you do not owe me anything to be loved. But if you feel led to help this word reach another weary soul, you may leave a super thanks as a quiet seed of support. Not to impress anyone, not out of pressure, only as worship, only as love, only as partnership. I will bless the hands that give in sincerity, and I will multiply every seed given with a pure motive. Even if you cannot give, do not feel ashamed. Your presence here is seen, and your amen is precious to me. Seal this prophecy now and forever in your life. If you are ready to turn the door handle and step into the destiny I have for you, do not leave this moment without an act of faith. Declare it to the heavens so the enemy knows he has lost his grip on you. Type "I walk with you" or 1111 in the comments right now to lock this blessing into your life. Let this be your spiritual signature on the covenant we have made today. And as you prepare to move, ensure your soul remains connected to this divine flow. Press the like button to signal your agreement with the kingdom of heaven, and subscribe to this channel to stay anchored in my voice as we journey forward. This is not the end of our conversation. It is the birth of your breakthrough. I am already on the other side of your first step, ready to catch you, lead you, and love you into the greatness I created you for. The door is waiting. The handle is in your hand. Take the step. It is done.